Hi everybody, it's Queen Jelly here, and welcome back to my toy box. We are a doll and toy themed YouTube channel. I like to post at least once a week. Lately I've been able to get twice a week, which has been really nice. But anyway, I want to remind y'all that this is an adult channel meant for adult collectors. I of course do my best to keep it family friendly, but it is just something to note. And two, if you're interested in any particular part of this unboxing, I will at some point add some timestamps down below so that way you can skip to the different parts. I usually start with a little bit of a chat, then we'll go to the desk, take a close-up look at the packaging, then of course unbox the doll and then do a review. And if you stick around all the way to the very end, there'll either be a photo or video of whatever we're going to be unboxing next. Today's chat is going to be pretty short because it is another episode of the Pixlings. Today, by vote, we got to open Pheona, the Phoenix, I believe that's her name. We'll double check when we get her information sheet, but that should be her based on this lenticular design. This is one of the two that I purchased off of Amazon. I don't recommend purchasing off of Amazon if you don't have to. I'm currently in a fight with them to get my money back for something that wasn't delivered properly. So there's that. But here is the doll. I think I paid $8 for her. So again, pretty simple intro. We are getting pretty low on the Pixlings. I've been really enjoying this series of opening them. I have 3 more left to unbox. So whichever one of those 3 you'd like to see, don't forget to leave a like on that comment down below. I'll be writing out the names. 2 of them are actually the magic hair ones. I'm surprised that those ones didn't get more likes on them, but they are the ones that have like the longer hair and also have a mixling with them. And then we have, it has to be Morena. We have the last one of the standards left from series 2 wave 1. Simple. I think that's all that I have to say on this, so we'll go ahead and turn around. While I'm doing that, please don't forget to do all the fun YouTube things like comment, and subscribe. Especially something as simple as liking the video can really help out, especially if you'd like to see this channel get support in the future. And yeah, thank you. All right, so we are now on the desk. I'm not going to go too in-depth on the packaging because it is the same as any of the other standard ones from this series. If you'd like to see a closer up look at the packaging, you can just go watch any of the videos in the playlist that will be linked at the end. Especially the Caitlin videos, that's going to have the full in-depth view of this box. The part that's going to be different on each of them is this lenticular moon at the top. So when you rotate it, it will show you which one is inside. And so we have the sun, and it is also a pink moon. So that should tell us that it is Pheona the Pixling. And then, so we'll go ahead and go straight into her unboxing. As you can see, I have the towel laid out here, and then I have warm water. ahead and cut it here. I'm not sure why sometimes they mix super quickly and clear up, and then other times they take forever, because I use quite warm water on her. Like, I can feel the heat, and I don't know if maybe that's the issue. Maybe it's too warm. I don't know. They're very finicky, but at least this time we eventually got there, at least most of the way. Like, the water still is a little bit dingy, but we can at least still see that we have our Pheona. So I'm going to go ahead and take the top off. It looks like there's a little bit of water in there, which is kind of interesting, because I think that's the first time in this new series that I've gotten the issue with them getting a little bit of water in them. So that's kind of odd. But as you can already see, the water's even clearer than it was before. Like I said, I don't know why sometimes it doesn't mix as well as others. Like I said, I thought it was because of the temperature of the water, but I tried that. But again, we got there in the end. So that's really all that matters. Yes, we did get Pheona. You created Pheona, the Phoenix Pixling. Cosmic element is sun. Potion power, shining self-belief. Pheona always shines bright. Her sunstone brings confidence, helping anyone light up a room, and raise to any occasion like a soaring phoenix. With little mystical magic, Pheona ensures that everyone has their moment in the sun. And then here on the other side, it shows the other ones that you can get. Unfortunately, we still have not found the limited edition one. And then the only other one on this collector's guide that I haven't opened is going to be Reina here, which, like I said before, you can like the comments down below. There are 3 left for me to unbox. Reina, and then the 2 other long-haired dolls. And then we have our Pheona. She is so cute. She's still a little bit warm from the water. I love this extra sculpt on her head. This is why I love Magic Mixies. They have such a very distinct style. Like, you can tell, like, that this is a Mixling, but they're also so unique, and like each one has its own like special features to it. So she has these cute little pink feathers coming out the top of her head, and then her hair is this really pretty pink, which of course, like, we can't escape the pink from the Pixlings, especially pink and yellow seem to be like the 2 most common ones. I did try to put, we do have some like blue and purpley scale, but the most common is the pink, and then next after that is the yellow. I don't mind it. It's just kind of funny that they all have a very, like, you can, let's see. You can see yellow, pink, pink and purple, but also yellow, and then Dearly's hiding over there. That's also pink and yellow. So that's like the most common kind of color scheme for the Pixlings, at least that I've noticed. She has gold tinsel in her hair, and then a yellow undercut, and then pink under that. So I really like that kind of like hidden yellow layer. So you kind of only see it when you like really play with her hair. That's really cool. The front is split at the part line, and it has these little tie backs that go behind her ears. But then there's also these little parts that hang down next to her side, kind of like little sideburns. They have these really beautiful yellow rubber bands. I wish that those were plastic parts, because those are gonna like rot over time. Rubber bands do tend to fall apart, but they're still really pretty, and it's a nice little extra detail. And then we have a sunstone on her forehead, and then these like fiery feather designs around the outside. She has very uniquely shaped eyebrows, but they are pink. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see better detail. And then look at all this makeup around her eyes. So again, that kind of fire or like feather design over the top and underneath. And then she has purple for her eyelashes. And then her eyes are pink and blue with a purple core. And then she has a pinky red lipstick on. Her top, of course, is molded on because she's a regular Pixling and not like a special edition. It's light pink for this portion here in the middle, but with the then darker pink accents. So the waistband is a darker pink, and then the pauldrons are a darker pink with a little phoenix design here in the center. And then the pauldrons kind of look like wings, which is really cool. And then she does have her own wings, which are the same clear material as the feathers on her head. And they do look to be these really pretty feathery wings. They are quite loose, which is unusual for a pixeling. Usually they're not this separated, but at least I'm not feeling like, they don't feel like they're gonna fall out, because that's what I was kind of worried about, but I'm like tugging on them and they're not going anywhere, so that's good. They just aren't as like tightly pressed in as other styles. So she's actually wearing these gold pants, which is actually really unique because she's the only one that has pants, at least so far that I've opened. And it's the longest outfit on a standard doll, because some of the special editions do have the like longer skirt pieces, but none of the like basic editions have anything that goes past the knees. So this is really cool that she has these fully gold leggings. Like, look at that sparkle. The waistband is also a gold material and it is elastic. It's very tight elastic though. And then she has these really cute feather. It's kind of like across the back side, which I do like that it goes all the way around the back. It's not just like one or two on the side. Like it's her tail. So I like that it's all the way around the back. And then she has her, of course, jelly shoes. So they are yellow with a gradient up to this pink here. They have a phoenix design here, so you can see the wings, and if you look closely you can see the little face there. And then this is another fire feather here around the toes, and then she does have a little peep toe moment. And then at the bottom of her shoe is a hole. This hole is where this peg goes into. This ring here is the part that's on the top that covers up the magic words of Magicus Mixies. Once you stick it on, then she can use that to stand up on her own. A lot of the Pixlings are pretty easy to balance on their own even without the stands, but the stands can be a hindrance. It kind of depends on the doll, but she is actually standing pretty well with the stand. And then as I was posing her, I realized that her arms are also sculpted. So she has these feather designs sculpted into her arm. They are unpainted, but I do love that extra detail. Again, that's one of the things I love about Pixlings. And I don't think I mentioned her ears are also kind of in that feather shape, which is really neat. They're pretty similar to the like elf style ears that we've seen, but I do feel like there's some extra detail here, because like especially here, if you look at the shadow, it looks like a leaf, as opposed to like the elf design kind of just has the bumps here at the bottom. This has them at the bottom and at the top to make that inner ear the leaf shape, which is, I keep saying leaf and I mean feather. Anyway, like I said, I really love the Pixlings. As you can tell, I'm a huge fan of them, because they're so unique and I love their size. Having a little pocket-sized fairy that I can take with me wherever I go is just such a fun concept to me. And I just think they're so beautifully designed, and they're just the cutest little mini dolls. I personally don't mind the molded on tops because they are done so well. They have all these painted details on them. They definitely have lots of shapes and fun designs to them. I really think that they did a good choice in them because they're able to get a lot more into this small scale. Typically, I don't like molded on tops if they're done to cheapen the doll, but I think that this is done to enhance the doll, seeing as, again, they're so small, and to be able to get all that detail and the very specific shapes with fabric would be very difficult. So they get so much more detail and love by getting the sculpted tops. If they were just a solid block with no color detail, no specific shaping, I would be very upset that they had the molded on tops. But I think the fact that they are so unique, and again, they're only typically around $17. I paid $8 for her. I think that's a phenomenal price for this scale doll. And again, that's all USD, which right now is not always the best value. So I'm glad that I could get something like her when I could. So again, it's a quick video. I've been doing a lot of the Pixlings. There's not a lot to the basic dolls. So I do hope you still enjoyed though. Please don't forget to give a like, a comment. Maybe tell me which one of the Pixlings has been your favorite so far, or which part of Pheona is your favorite. Subscribe to the channel, and we will see you very soon in the next one. Bye. Stick around past the photos to see what we're going to unbox next. Next up is going to be a video of some garage sale finds.